Hey YouTube, it's Clancy, your boy. Today I'm just going to speak about a few things that I've learned in the last few months from coming to Australia, to the other side of the world, getting away from what was happening in my life before and starting fresh in a completely new environment. So I wrote some notes about 6 things I want to talk about. We'll start. So the first one is, I don't always know what I'm doing. So this one, the thing about life, we actually don't always know what we're doing, and that's okay. In life, sometimes you know what you're doing, sometimes you won't. And you have to respect this. You have to understand when you do know what you're doing and when you don't. And that's the trick to my first point. But obviously traveling to the other side of the world, I didn't really know. But at the same time, I could only know so much that would work, and so far it's been fucking amazing. So my second point is number 2, says fuck around, find out. So what I've realized is the more I have fucked around, the more I have found out. But it's a balance, because if you over fuck around, you'll over find out. And sometimes we're not ready for some things. For example, people in this season have injured themselves snowboarding. Maybe they fucked around just a bit too much past their ability. But maybe they were meant to do that to learn. So it's all about that balance, about fucking around and finding out. But if you can accurately fuck around to where you need to mess around, you're going to find out what you need to find out. And if you overcompensate that, then you're going to find out, but maybe it's not going to be good. But if you want it to be good, you have to figure out where and when to draw that line. So that's my second point. 3, fear. This is a crazy one, I swear, because fear, my whole life, I remember being in fear in situations, and when I don't face it, it never got any better. But every single time I would face that fear, whatever it was, things would get better. And tonight, I went down the fucking mountain, and I was doing jumps, and I went up the 4th biggest jump in the end, and I landed, and I kept going, and it was amazing. And I had fear in me about it, and people even said things and made me seem like this crazy guy. And no offense to them, that's just who they are. But the thing is, what it comes down to is your belief in yourself. If you think you can do it yourself, if you actually believe, then you can. And maybe you can't, you fucking break your arm. But you can either find out and fuck around or not. So fear is very interesting, but what I've learned so far is you just got to run straight at fear in life. The more fear you face, the more things you learn, the better it is. And I highly encourage everyone to run at fear. Just, it comes back to what I said. Where and when do you draw the line? You gotta kind of grasp this, if that makes sense. Now, number 4, just said travel to the other side of the world. I spoke about that already, but it was probably one of the most scariest things I did, coming from Australia and going all the way to Norway. But in the end, this has been a very good move for myself and for my future, and it has given me tremendous amounts of fun experiences, good and bad, because that's life. If there wasn't good, wouldn't be bad. So there has to be one to be the other. There's some philosophy for you. But pretty cool experience. I do encourage it for anyone. If you're sick of your life, or not sick of your life, but you need a change, or you're sick of what's happening, maybe a refresh, that's a good way to put it. Very excellent decision, moving to another country, living there for 6 months. That's what I'm doing. And then 5, power with oneself. So this comes back to belief. When I was going to attempt this tonight, I did a few other jumps, but I didn't do this jump. And then I remember I said to myself, I even recorded, I might put it on here, but I was like, Lachlan, you are invincible, you can do anything, you are unstoppable, something like this. But whatever it was, I said it with true conviction and true belief, and I can look in this camera right now and tell you that. But whatever it was along those lines, that's what I said and that's what I believed, and in the end that helped me do the jump. So that gave me the power that I needed, because the thing is, 99% of the time, you, me, everyone watching this video, we're capable of so much. We can do so many things in this life, and maybe there's things in this world that make us don't see that. So You have to maybe watch this video again and listen a bit closer to what I'm saying. But you can actually do anything if you put your mind to it. Literally anything. I don't care what you say. And if you don't believe, then you haven't figured out some puzzle pieces that I have. And alright, anyway, number 6. You can be anyone you want. So I kind of spoke about that. Funny. See how they interconnect? Interesting, right? But number 6, you can be anyone you want, literally. Like you're a kid, you have a dream, you want to be this person when you're like a fireman or whatever the hell that is. Then maybe you become that, maybe you don't. But that's up to you. You're basically controlling your destiny.